Cheryl is saying 6'2". We are the 6'2". After all, who around the world? Girls! All right. This is Keeping It Real on 3FM at 92.7. We need no introduction. You know who we are. My name is Helen Apia Ampof, and I'm here with some usual suspects.
Woo woo.
And today, I don't know whether we should call her Miss Judy or Judge Judy. Hey, check out the attire. No,
She
Miss Judy, let's see you. Your honor.
Today.
Let's have a look.
Let's have
a hands of applause.
From the hair to the whole look, she's not playing today.
I mean, Miss Judy, you are committed to the slay. You look beautiful. How you doing?
Slay for the world, slay for the Lord.
For the Lord.
Absolutely. Slay for the Lord, slay for the Lord. For the people, slay for the girls, slay for everyone.
Everybody. We're on the same page. Miss Judy, how you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
Could be better, you know. I could be not here with you. Could be in the Bahamas.
You could be. I mean,
if I had to choose, keep it real, Bahamas. Keep the Bahamas.
It's hard. I mean,
I could be in the Bahamas, but I'm here with you, schmucks, and I love it. AJ Sapo, how we doing?
I'm tired.
What are you tired for?
I'm just tired. I'm having one of those weeks and it's just Tuesday, so
okay.
Yellow.
Okay, you can do it.
Yeah,
you can do it. But we also have
there.
another very vivacious lady in the studio, Queen in Kemokoe.
Hi,
And today she joins in the cacophony of excited women right here on Keeping It Real. We have another dilemma, as we do. Two, but we'll try and get through them as much as possible. Yeah. We gave you a small preamble as to what to expect, but trust me, it gets super, super juicy. But before we get into that, ladies, a few things have been trending in very recent times. We've seen some people blessed in either what you might call holy or unholy matrimony. I don't know. The verdict is out on the socials. Do you guys know what I'm trying to gossip about?
Which one? The Sharon one or the Davido one?
I mean, the Davido one, I think we're all here for the ride.
We've all seen it.
Yeah, I think we're all strapped in. Wherever this ride takes us, we're all here for it. She's here for it. We are here for it. He's here for it.
We're all going to be here.
Wherever he wants to take us.
But I feel the Sharon one is scandalous.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think so. Well, actually, I think so, and I don't think. Okay, let me explain.
I mean, a quick 5 minutes on this one, ladies. Okay, so for the uninitiated,
yes,
Sharon Oja is a Nigerian actress.
One of the sweetest,
super gorgeous. My goodness,
sweetest.
I wasn't acquainted. I don't really.
Really, yeah. I loved her.
I don't.
Her wig game. Her wig game.
Yeah,
in Africa.
Yes.
I mean, now that I've been introduced to her, I've gone on her page.
Oh
my goodness,
God.
she's a vision of beauty.
Gorgeous.
She's very beautiful.
So beautiful.
Too beautiful.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah.
You know, good for her. It's like sometimes look at we're like, okay, good for you. You are give us some of us a break and a chance.
Give us a break.
Give some of us a chance. In any case, so she's a gorgeous 33-year-old actress who recently got married, I guess, over the last week or whatever the case may be. I guess officially or whatever it is. I was following the trend, like the hashtag, as you do, because it was, front and center. Only, as I was perusing this hashtag, I've forgotten what hers was. Sharon
Forever United in Love.
Somebody. And then I saw that, this guy's a divorcee. I said, that's not a big deal. In 2022, almost 1 million Ghanaians filed for divorce. It's all right.
Yeah.
I thought,
COVID happened.
COVID happened. People decided that I cannot stay with you. Yeah, even if it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks long, I said, and I never knew. Now I know. Bye-bye. But they say he's a 3-time divorcee and really scandalous.
I think, and this is my honest opinion, sometimes we judge a lot based on certain people's status as we see it. Just because you've been 3 times divorced doesn't mean you're not meant to fall in love again.
No, they said he's running through the streets of LA. AJ, it's not just because he's a divorcee. You've been divorced 3 times in the space of 5 years and proposed to somebody after 3 months of knowing them.
It's a problem.
As you journey through life, AJ, you build a reputation for yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
Just because you've loved and lost doesn't mean you can't love again, and doesn't mean that you don't feel that you've had the one really quickly. probably, I think their union is the quickest he's gotten into. So, but probably because of the person she is, and probably how amazing a woman she can be. And I think I followed her for quite a bit, and she seems like literally the perfect friend, the perfect kind of person, someone you'd love to have around you and be around. So it's easy for her to attract a good guy, or a guy in general.
A guy.
I feel that she, being the person she is, has been very. Again, we're not ruling out love bombing, and not ruling out the possibility that he really is coming for her based on her social status. But at the same time, because of how deliberate a person she is, and how in tune with her spirit she is, I find it hard to see her getting into a union, not when her spirit doesn't feel right about it, or when she feels that there's any red flags about it. So, and also, I really do feel that he may have done or gone down the road 3 times with 3 different women who actually kind of look alike. No, they don't, to be honest. But I think they might have something on, and all of us being very judgy might end up ruining it a bit more. I honestly wish she had kept it offline. The story of how they met, the story of how quickly they hooked up and got married.
People are making all kinds of calculations.
So that is what is leading it to a lot of conversations. But I really think people can be drawn to being in love, and he probably might be that kind of guy, and she may be the one that will actually get him stable. You never know.
The same way when you divorce a lot, or you can easily walk out of relationship.
It's harder for you to stay in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, the devil also gives husbands.
Exactly.
Especially when you're a committed Christian and the devil wants you to fall. He would definitely take you through that process.
Preach.
Of bringing you someone who will make you not believe God exists. So it's two-sided, really.
She seems lovely. Her beauty is captivating. I hope the lessons she has made bring her great joy in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50
I hope they last.
Exactly.
The kind of person she is, I really, really want it to last.
For me, the problem is that now a lot of pressure has been put on her shoulders. Should she enter this union and maybe see what others have seen? I hope it doesn't prevent her from also saying, hey, Charlie, actually, maybe the pattern is there and she was right. Because now there'll be so much pressure. She'll be scared to walk away. And nobody should be scared to walk away from nonsense.
The guy would also find it hard to walk away with all this pressure.
Yes, of course, now he'll say, hey, Charlie, something that he was doing freely. Second time, third time.
Something. You see, a bad character. They don't mind. No, I'm telling you the honest truth. You see, bad character, smelly bad character. Hey, whoa, they don't mind. You guys saw the last marriage. It was a hit to the point that the caterer have to repost and said she was
and that caterer was messy. God punished that caterer.
Everything that happens and the decors and the chair they use was kind of the same he did on the 2022. You get me? So just pray that the bad character, may God deliver him from him. Because if he has a bad character, he cannot last.
You know one thing I've realized, One thing I've realized, 3 women all divorced this man. No woman has come out to speak about it. Not one. Literally, everything you've seen here are people speculating, people who claim they are friends, who claim they know him from somewhere in LA. But no wife has publicly gone on record to speak about it.
Came out to speak. I don't know on the blog I saw it.
Oh no, she's not. None of them are spoken.
I don't know.
She now said that she was given advice to be known.
Into the mic for me, darling.
Okay, baby. I think the second wife came to say something about it to the point that she mentioned that be careful, don't be too excited because all of us had it this way, but it didn't end right. That was just a tweet I saw.
Well, that one I'm not too sure if
is from the genuine.
Yes,
okay, fine.
But I saw these days people make up a lot.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Okay.
My thing is, if no wife has come out to speak out, it's also a very interesting, because if you are really grieved, if you are seeing someone repeat the same pattern, if you feel like you're a scorned wife, would have had someone speak up by now, because especially
would
with
you
so
advise your sister or your best friend, if they came to you and said, I've met this guy, I'm really attracted to him, I think it's a connection there, he's a 3-time divorcee, he got divorced maybe about less than a year ago, but I'm really into him, it's been 3 months, he's gotten down on one knee and has asked me to marry him. AJ, hand on heart, would you tell your sister, go for it? Would you tell her to wait a little bit? Or would you outrightly say, let's give it some time? Like, what makes this man keep on I'm getting divorced? Or would you tell your sister, oh, go with your halves, go with the flow, knowing what you know now about men, and after a certain age, people really are the way they are. You can't.
But I also tell you this:
change.
you do realize that some people also are unlucky in love. We can't rule that out. And I know people who have married twice, and both times were to horrible people.
That also exists.
I have, and then some people are just unlucky in picking that one. They're very flippant with, okay, I see you, I think you're great, let's get married. So we can't also rule that fact out that perhaps
and
his
I think
heart let him.
quality, though, as a 47-year-old man, for me, it's a bit problematic.
He's
The
40.
whole
He's
thing
not
is-
47 years old. His first bio says 39, and now people are claiming that it's 40.
I've seen 46. I've seen 40. Well, now I don't even know how old this
and then
man
there's
is.
been so many different rumors about
Yeah,
it.
yes,
You see, that's a problem with it
I
as
also
well.
feel like as a if the reason why your marriages are failing is because you're getting into them, or some of them not quick, but some of them quickly, it also makes me think, what is this? Is there a rush inside you? Is there something that is unsettled within you? Just as a person, what is preventing you from also taking your time with me? You don't know
Trying to solve the
anybody
issues,
in 3 months. I don't care what anybody says. People tell you love at first sight, nah lie. You don't know anybody in 3 months.
It's
It is
a
not.
loss.
Even you yourself as a person, you've journeyed with yourself your whole life. You still don't even have yourself figured out.
No, I would disagree with that. As someone who's been in a committed relationship where everything happened like a month, like in a few weeks, I knew who it was. We had moved on very, very quickly in our relationship. Like we had become very, very committed in under a month, and it went really, really well for a long period of time. I would say there's no formula to this. You can literally meet someone and know that the person's the one in a few days. You can know that the person's the one in 6 months. You can know the person's the one. Literally, no. In a month, I had experienced that, and it was a long, progressive, productive, very fulfilling relationship.
You were lucky.
You get, and then people can be lucky. So again, there's no formula to it. I've seen it. I've experienced that. And I know that it's real. It can happen. It is possible that you meet someone and you get married within 3 months and it will last for 20 years.
For the insurance purposes, I think take your time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
That's
in
the word.
case, yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
It's insurance.
His history, I'll
See,
take
Yeah.
for the
my time.
fact that first, second, third, come on.
I will take
I mean, that I
Take
don't
your
really
time.
want
So,
to blame
Is someone disqualified from ever getting married because they were divorced 3 times?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Then why are we being so?
Absolutely
I feel like
not.
we've been so hard on this particular guy because he's now marrying this personality. But it's almost like 3 times divorced. Oh my goodness, there must be something wrong with him. Yes, perhaps what is wrong with him is he's really bad at choosing. And whenever he realizes that I've made a bad choice, he's willing and able to walk away from that marriage and know that I put in what I could and I've walked away. And we shouldn't also lose sight about that fact. But then again, it could also be that he's a serial marrier and that's also valid. But it's just that because we are not in it, we're all assuming based on maybe our own heartbreak or our own prejudices or our own experiences, and we're all teaming this gentleman as this demon who's about to take one of Hollywood's sweethearts
AJ is not
and
Tito.
ruin her.
We wish all parties involved the very best. Technically, some 23 minutes past the hour of 7. This is Keeping It Real on 3FM 92.7. Beg your pardon, to marry next year doesn't take me out. He doesn't celebrate Val's Day, doesn't go on romantic dates, no vacations. Oh my God, no buying of gifts whatsoever. He said he's too old school for that. And to him, it's a waste of money. He's 37 years old while I'm 28 years. I randomly buy him gifts to change his mentality, but it doesn't work for him. All he wants to do is go to work, eat, and hang out with his friends. He took me to the beach once in our 4-year relationship, and he hadn't stopped talking about it. Whenever I want to raise the issue, he'll say, "Didn't we go to the beach the other day?" Also, he's stingy. I started a business last year and needed about 300K capital, but he only gave me 30K. What is that, 10%? I had to beg my dad to give me the remaining 200K. And ever since I started that business, he automatically thought that I've become rich. He also talks too much and he feels he's always right about everything. The mistake I've made now is that I thought I could change him. I've already done an introduction with him, but I've intentionally been delaying on wedding plans, hoping to see changes before entering the marriage. I'm also now pregnant, diagnosed with multiple fibroids, which really has got me wondering. I really need and want the baby, but I still haven't seen any changes yet. Can I get a chance to talk to you? Okay. Have we all ever been with that person that simply didn't like to do the things that we wanted to do? Or maybe they started to do the things that we wanted to do when we first met them, and then halfway through they no longer want to do.
Yes.
Okay, AJ, you've had
What's going on?
Is that a deal breaker as soon as you spot it? Is it something that you can work on? Is it just a case of compromise? Or do you have to find somebody who at least shares the same interests as you do?
I'll tell you a story. So I found a great guy in a great relationship. Didn't do any of the things I liked. I'm a very hearts and flowers and la-di-da kind of person. Nothing like that. A complete realist. Doesn't understand the concept of Valentine. What's that? When you said it, you take it, but he doesn't understand the concept of giving back to you. Your birthday, okay, happy birthday. I've come around, I've spent time with you. But how he would reciprocate is okay, gifting, but then here's the money, take it. As against going out of his way to buy something for you.
Oh, he was giving money gifts.
Rather,
okay.
Yeah. So it's like, I can't figure out something, you just take it. Do you get? And I prefer people that are a bit more deliberate about things, a bit more into finding out what they can get me that would surprise me or doing certain things like that. But then I realized that he compensated in other ways. And I had to now figure out a compromise for myself, because it's like the 70-30 rule. I mean, it was the 80-20 rule, where the person is like 80% of everything you want, but that 20% bothers you so much. So I had to figure out, well, I have 80. He's good. He treats me well. He may not be the heart and roses kind of person, but he compensates in other ways. He's thoughtful. He plans ahead. He's willing to compromise on certain things. He's able to make allowances for me. He guides me. He will think of things that you said randomly. He would remember that and make it happen, if it's practical, that is. So he was compensating in other ways. So I realized, yeah, I have 80%. Why would the 20% bother me so much? Because that's what I've been used to all my life. I would have people that would give me that 20% and in other ways just ignore everything else. They didn't think about my well-being. They didn't plan ahead for me. They weren't considerate of my ways, my means, or my schedules. But this person was. So I had to figure out compromise was a much better option than wallowing in the little parts that didn't work out for me. And that's how I made it happen. So yes, compromise as against just focusing on nitpicking on the little ones.
But it's a big deal, though. I mean, it's the things that you like to do. It's I don't know. What do you ladies think as a starting point before we even touch on what this lady is saying? Is it difficult to be with somebody who simply doesn't share your interests?
Very okay.
For me, I think it does, because you would have to compromise. And what happens to him? The moment it looks like you are the only one putting in so much effort into the relationship, at one point you get tired because you're sort of carrying the relationship. So immediately you lose guard or you are tired. Then what happens? The relationship basically breaks down.
Yeah.
And I always say that the same things in relationships, the red flags that you ignore, it is what actually breaks up the relationship at the end of the day, when you decide to settle down. So once you are not able to sort down those red flags before marriage, and you think they are big deals and the person is going to change, what did you look at that now you're confused?
We're just this quick at thought.
It's disrespectful. The amount of space is all household.
You are beautiful.
Okay, let's Let's not break this. Let's not break the studio. Let's not break this.
Because I knew this one was stopping cooking. How did you get it? Oh, that's my son.
Oh, television. Sorry. Back to the matter. Queen, let's hear you. If you are into cookathons and your boob's not into cookathons, Charlie, how do you navigate that in a relationship?
Oh my God.
See, my honest opinion is you can't give what you can't take, number one. And I cannot also start what I cannot finish. I keep saying it. Men doesn't change. They can only adjust.
Oh, really, Queen? You say they can't change? They can only adjust?
Men don't change. I'm sorry. I will stand and say it anyway and beat my chest around it. Yes. Men doesn't change 100%. But
how they are is how they are.
I'm telling you, if they love you that much, they only adjust for a time being.
And even that, still, the true colors have to come out at some point.
A beast is a beast. I'm sorry. So, the thing is, when you see that the relationship is only you, not only they show up all the time. Now, they show you how to be romantic. And see, that relationship cannot work because at the end of the day, you are treated to be reciprocated, right? And when it's not being happen that way, what will you do? You will get tired. I have this relationship where I'm only the one, babes, let's do I'm always one remembering that today is this, we can go to this place, we can do to that. Okay, whenever you do some things, we'll have a game we'll play. Whenever you flopped on that game, you get us a gift, whether me or you.
Okay.
Yes. So that you will always be guided sometimes in your behavior, on your utterances. There is sometimes it was quick all the time, F. So I don't like that kind of words. So we'll put it a mandate. Okay, I realize that you put it a mandate. For the first 1 month, it was happening. And I realized that, okay, I'm now the one supposed to be doing what I'm not supposed to do. And I keep reminding, Baba, you owe me. Oh. You have to remit. If you don't remit, I don't understand. Do you know that it become to a point that guy has to back out because of it? He felt that was all this, you are the one initiated it. Because I carried it on and I feel like I'm tired. You should do the right thing. You can't cope up with it anymore. If I don't call, you don't call. If I don't test, you don't test. Not be only me sabi love. I love love. Don't get it twisted. But I cannot force love. It should be mutual because we are both adults. When he sees that I'm only one giving in, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not hoping that in the next future or in the marriage it will change. You can never change.
So if a guy is not already romantic when you met him in the dating stage, you shouldn't expect romance, for example,
it's a red
when
flag.
you get married. Is that the case, Edith?
I don't think that's always the case. So people do change, but when they think they want to change, not because you want them to change.
God bless you, I love you.
Once the person feels like, okay, this thing that I'm doing is not helping me.
So you can make somebody change.
No.
You can move heaven and earth, whatever, they will not change unless they want to.
They want to change.
Okay.
Then they will put in an effort to make those changes for you.
Yes.
But not because you are nagging about it. That
God bless you.
I think will motivate them to stick to what they are doing. So I think, people do.
Do men just naturally start getting boring when they get old? Because she made a case about the age difference. And I'll tell you what, I remember I was like 24 dating somebody that for a very brief time, by the way, who was maybe at that time like 36. And I remember thinking, oh my God, he's so annoying. Any small thing now, it was a Nigerian guy as well, go and wash the plates. I said, my father, what was all this?
Oh my God.
Like, giving me life advice to be responsible. Mother, I was like, what is this? Like,
Goodness.
I mean, at 24, I wanted to go to the club. I wanted to have fun. Like, we got 1 month and then my waist, my back. I said, you are in your mid to late 30s. What's all this? I mean, for me, the thing that is to annoy me is as soon as you finish eating, you allow the plate to even rest for 5. Are you not going to wash the plate? Oh, Charlie. You guys.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm even annoyed all over again. So maybe the age thing has something to do with it. But I'm sure there are also 37-year-olds who like to have fun, who even as a 28-year-old, they can keep up with hair. So it's not that just because he's 37 by default, it means that he's, going to be boring. All 37-year-olds are going to be boring. So okay, she mentioned that. I thought it's just something to highlight. She's saying that she randomly buys him gifts, hoping that he will reciprocate. But AJ, you know that will not happen.
That one,
you can do
they
it.
They will collect, they will never
but
give
they will
you.
not actually give you. Okay, well, all he really wants to do is go to work, eat, and hang out. And trust me, there's a lady who, for her, that is her ideal kind of guy. Somebody who doesn't go out, who she knows exactly where he is, with his parties or eating or at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's somebody for whom that is also a good fit. Would you say that based on this is even before, well, let's say she wasn't even pregnant and considering keeping it because of her medical issues. Let's park that to the side. If she was just currently in it, 28, 37, somebody she's introduced to her friends and family, what should she do? She should bring it up to him? Is this something that needs a big, long discussion? And how do you go about it? Do you do a 3-strike rule? So, for example, I've told you how I like to do this. You don't like to do this. I'm giving you 3 months or 6 months to fix up. Otherwise, we're done. What is the practical way that you get somebody to do what you want them to do? Or do you say, listen, we're too different. It's not working.
Okay, I think first off, dialogue is very important. Even in a talking stage of a relationship, you should give it a list. What you want, what you should be expecting, so that you also know if you and the person are on the same page. Because sometimes what you want is not what B wants. So from that conversation, you should know that okay, if this nigga, is he a romantic set of guy or is he a street set of guy? That kind of a thing. So there's no really special way to talk about it, but I feel that this what you're supposed to talk before the relationship even kick starts. Because you can't start in a middle relationship and start being like, a man will see as if you are talking to your child. Because men don't like you to start controlling them or tell them, I don't like this thing you just did right now. So if you want, first impressions always matters. So with anything at all, whether relationship or marriage, you sat and talk about it. Get to know the person. If the person is willing to change, you will know. If the person is the type you want, you will know. If he's not, it's an early stage for you to tell the guy, can I get back to you when I get home? From getting home, you are deleting the person's number.
Wow.
Archiving the contacts and every other thing. That's my honest opinion. I can't come and stress myself. Africa is hot already.
Africa is hot already. Miss Judy, you want to chime in on this? How practically do you address this? Let's say, for example, maybe things started off and they were in sync, doing things that each other likes, and now he doesn't want to go out, doesn't want to do this, just wants to chill at home. How should she bring it up? And should she give him an ultimatum?
I wouldn't take an ultimatum for my partner, though.
Okay.
But, if the person really wants to be with you, he's going to make an effort to try to entertain you. The only problem is, normally marriage has its own issues. So, if in a relationship, he tried to adjust and it worked, once you guys get married and he feels the throne of kids and everything on himself, he's going to revert back to not wanting to go out, trying to save for other things and all that. So that's when you would get bored again. I always think women easily get bored in marriage than men, because we are the ones taking care of the kids. We hardly go out, so we are stuck at home. So if the man is not entertaining, trying to make you happy, then that's when your boredom starts.
You think women start to crave excitement?
We do. Me, for example, I do.
I
Just
know.
that.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm aware of this, Miss Judy. I'm aware.
I think you don't even have the time. So, it's in your head. You have the fun in your head sometimes.
In your head. AJ, finally, would you issue an ultimatum, get in line or get to the back of the line?
So I would hope that we could have a series of conversations. Again, we weigh
A series.
Let me get into it.
All right.
So I would hope that, I will assume that what you're doing could outweigh what you're not doing. Or at least it will be close enough.
Okay.
It can balance it out. But I really would want you to eventually learn to love me the way I want to be loved. So now have to be a series of conversations where I'd have to encourage you that I understand that you find it may be tedious to buy me roses, or you don't know where to buy. Here's a florist's number. When is Valentine? Buy me. You said it.
Doesn't that spoil the?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Because now you give them the tools.
No. But some people just don't know how to get it done.
That's fair.
So, this is a florist's number. This is my gold dealer's number. This is my this is someone who can
AJ, did you say gold dealer?
yes, who can personal
Moving on.
who can shop for this for you. This is someone who can get you that. So you put that in place, and then you now allow him make the decisions as and when the time. So Valentine is coming. You be like, oh, Valentine is more of a roses kind of thing. Then you whip pianitico a little bit. You push him towards that direction.
Don't you think
and
you'd
then
be
get
there
him
expecting something that really you feel like it's not from his heart? You are the one making him get it.
But I'm getting you things, so you're enjoying it, so you're taking it. So if it's my turn, you better look sharp because I'm getting it for you, and you're enjoying it. You're seeing how nice it is to be loved the way I want to be loved. So we will encourage you.
So that
by
is
hell or
what
hellfire.
you would do in that instance.
Yes.
Give them the tools. And if they don't, that's what I'm saying, that how long would you take to assess whether or not they are taking on board some of these suggestions? Because sometimes they'll pick up, things might pick up. You go to 1 or 2 outings, then you see in the next few months you haven't gone out, it's back. So what would it take for you to say this is not
the kind of person? I'll use myself as an example.
Surely.
And that's in that scenario that I was in, his good far outweighed the bad. So I adjusted. Even though it took him a longer while to get to that point.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I agree. I realized that the best I can do is get an envelope.
Okay.
For as his way of it, but he would show up.
Okay.
He would be there. Like on your birthday, he would be there. He would be the first person to give you a call. He would spend the entire day with you. So he didn't get you cake, but he got you money, so you can buy your own cake. It's a compromise.
I got a cake on my birthday.
Wow. Wow.
And flowers.
No, but you see, the best part about it is other people will send you cake and flowers. So, I mean, I still get it.
Hello, I'm not finished.
You still get it, but then...
Okay.
So it's a nice
So you say
compromise.
that it's solvable. She does mention other things like him being stingy. I don't know. The economy is tough, so I can't weigh in on that. I don't know
Stingy
about
men
that.
are a no.
But for me, the main thing is
Avoid
her
stingy
being
men.
pregnant. Her being pregnant at the moment and with fibroids, and she doesn't want to take any risks in case conceiving further down the line is difficult. I don't know, seek medical advice on that particular issue, because it would be a shame if it's something that is solvable, for which reason you don't have to, because sometimes when these things keep reoccurring, they're 9 years apart, and women get even more vibrant and exciting. I thought the 30s were when everybody wanted to sleep, but even in the 40s, these days, exactly, we're outside. Women are lit for such a long time. I think maybe when he's 47 and she's 37, she might still have that age where she's like, this guy is just not exciting for me. I want to see more of the world. I want to be out in the world. And that can be a problem. I'm like that. I've been with, when I was younger, introverted men, and I was like, this is so boring. Like, I'm trying to be in the world. Now, I mean, I'm a woman of my own. I don't need my partner to go with me, but I would also want to at least do some 1 or 2, even if it's once a month, twice a month. I don't mind that. I can do my own thing, but at least for special occasions, it's nice that if you're a married woman, especially, that they see that you have another half. I'm always very uncomfortable when I see particular couples and they are never together. This one jams on this side, this one jams on this side. At least let's see you someone dinner, at least so we know that you are a unit and you come as a package. But that is our dilemma of the day, or at least our first dilemma of the day. I don't know if we want to pick some thoughts on social media. I know a lot of you have a lot to say, but time check, it is some 17 minutes to the top of the 8 p.m. This is Keeping It Real on 3FM 92.7. Other people saying.
So Ali says, "Oh my lady, you have to figure out the best way to make this work for you." Kojo Samuel says, "Hi ladies and good evening. I'm loving the look in the studio." Najmal says, Najmal sending in a message from I'm not sure which country it is. Kwame Zoot says, "Ladies, I am loving the conversation today. Please let us know how to reach out to this lady because she might need someone like me."
Calming down.
Alberta says, this story, Nana Kwesi says, stingy women are no too. Stingy men. No.
Oh, I see. We don't want stingy men. We don't want stingy women.
Yeah. Benjamin says, ladies, for this one, dear, I feel the ladies should have a conversation with the gentleman and see how best they can be able to tune their minds toward each other. The worst thing will be in a relationship where you feel you're not loved as well as you should be. Araba says, this situation, I was in it at one time, and honestly, it gets tiring after a bit, but the one thing you have to do is have a conversation with him and try and make him understand that what he's doing doesn't work for you. Francis says, well, maybe she's also not giving the man enough reason for him to spend on her the way she wants it. So perhaps they should have a conversation, and maybe she is not giving him what he's looking for. Ooh, scandalous. Benjamin says, well, for this one, dear, I feel that sometimes us men don't do well enough. We don't listen or try and reason the best way to love the woman in the way they need to be. So sometimes we are at fault. But this one, I think you should have a conversation with the gentleman and then figure out his ways. Dixon says, well, ladies, for this one, dear, the best way to go about it is to sit the man down and tell him exactly what you want. Because sometimes you may think we know how to read signals, but really we can't read minds.
Okay. So, well, I think a lot of people are opting for further communication,
Really?
so that they can iron out
But you see, this is my thing.
this issue.
The fact that you bring in a stingy aspect, if he's stingy, there's nothing you can do. Run away from stingy men. Run out.
Queen, we say we should run away.
Run away.
Hey!
See, yeah?
Now, wow.
Tear rubber.
Yeah, robber.
Leave.
Nah, race.
Run.
Race.
Get away.
You understand?
Go on a trip.
Jesus.
Away from this man.
Disappear.
Stingy men.
Aye.
Yeah, no. Even God says no.
Oh my God. You have no idea.
Avoid a stingy man. Avoid.
Queen, this sounds like something that you have personal experience with.
Don't go there.
Is that something you want to share?
Don't go there. Don't go there. You won't like it.
Broke men are a no.
No.
What is the main
And the worst part
issue?
Then those that have the money and are stingy, they're different kind of kettle of issue.
Like they're special.
have it, but
Sometimes
they don't
I
want to
ask myself, what kind of God do they serve? Because the money is there, but the spend is a problem.
They are choosing not to spend it
So
on you.
I call that a witchcraft.
to the highest level. Wizardry.
A fine girl like
Ladies,
this.
have you let off the steam?
I think so.
Are we all right?
Yeah.
I think we can open up our phone lines and also see what you at home think about this particular dilemma. I do want to expand the tentacles because this does come up quite a lot. Partners who want to do stuff and the other half doesn't really want to do it. I think it goes both ways. Do men ever complain about their other halves, wives, girlfriends not wanting to go out with them? I don't know whether it's a complaint.
It's not very rampant, but sometimes some men also want the woman to be interested in the things they do, like play video games with me, go to the places I want to go to, hang out with the boys as well. But they also end up having partners.
do say video game.
Can you imagine? But if your partner is also someone, and especially if the kids have come in, they also have a lot of responsibility on them. So they can't be as carefree as a man can be. So the women are also now focused on the responsibility of taking care of the home, the kids, and everything else inclusive. And you feel that they are getting too serious with life, and you like they don't understand the correlation, and they are not being interested in the things they want to do. But Charlie, yeah, when life happens, you have to find a way of adapting.
I know this man, yeah, he's always outside. Literally always outside.
In the streets.
I asked him, Baba, wait, you married a sweet woman. What's going on? You know what he said?
What?
How did he take care of the two kids now? She will still go out when the kids grow. You're only you there outside.
Let's jump onto the phone lines right about now. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
Nana. Yeah, I'm currently at Atu.
Yes, that means you're waiting for me.
So, I'm not waiting for you. Yeah.
You're not waiting for me today.
Today there is just a wait for you.
Oh, Charlie, you dog me. Let's hear your thoughts.
You've been doing Baumia things,
Oh, Nana Jaisa. Let's hear you, please.
Okay. See, are they married?
No, but she's introduced him, and the plan is that they will be married soon. You know, they've made those kinds of preparations.
Charlie, introduction is nothing, right? Even knocking cry is nothing. It's not just introduction. What does it mean? Look, people are what they are. The guy is way older than her, right?
Yes, by 9 years.
Probably he's gone through all this before, and he's not willing to go through them. People are what they are, and you are what you are. When we pray to God to give us sign, to confirm if the people that we meet are the right ones for us. These are some of the things. I don't know the kind of miracles we want to see before we will be sure. The thing is that the true colors of the person will come to bear. And then you decide for yourself if you can deal with it or not.
Well, now let me ask you something. Is it a legitimate reason to not want to be with somebody if they don't share the same hobbies as you, or if you find it difficult to relate to the things that they find enjoyable?
Something always has to give. You might not necessarily be interested or not like it safely, but it's not bad. But you understand, and you something always has to give. You might not necessarily want to be there, but sometimes you are there for them to know that, oh, even though you don't subscribe to this, you are there for them sometimes. In this case, that is where the compromising comes in.
Okay.
You can't change people. People choose to make adjustments to meet you halfway. Men, women. You understand? So if you are trying, you will communicate. Right now, people just want to do what they want to do. So me, I want to know the communication line, because you can say whatever you want to say. If the person says, oh yeah, then what will you do? You sit there and hope that what will happen. Then you be then you marry, and then what? 2 years into the marriage, you say you want to divorce. Charlie, the signs are there. Oh. Look at it. Don't ignore it.
Don't ignore the signs.
Love do not blind people. We choose not to see. Even though it's there, it's looking at us, it's thinking at, we are feeling that this thing is biting. We say, no. I won't feel it, even though you are feeling it. And after you come and tell me that love is what, please leave love alone. These are the signs. It's either you can let go of the fact that he doesn't want to do all of these things and just deal with him like that, or if you think it's a big deal for you, then you really have to start looking at your options right now.
All right.
If you end up marrying, this marriage thing, divorce will be, it's better to break a normal relationship than go through this whole.
Than to go all the way.
So, Charlie, that's just it, madam. Look at your options very well and be careful what you are signing up for.
Absolutely.
It will mess you up, or it will make you.
Absolutely. Nana, you're back again with the gems. Thank you so much for calling in.
Weeks ago, I was telling you that I have a couple who basically can stay in months, years without having a conversation at all.
What?
Because the moment the guy is in that mood and you talk to him, that is it. And once he's in the mood, it's difficult for him to come out of it. You have to put in so much effort to get him to be back to the normal self. So this is someone you wouldn't even want to confront at all.
And I know it's so boring, isn't it? I know someone like that. I used to date someone like that, where you start a conversation and the walls go up immediately. So defensive.
Yeah.
There's no space for conversation. Okay, phone lines are blinking. Bear with me. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Who's speaking? Where are you calling us from?
This is Reverend Godwin. I'm calling from Accra, down far.
Rev, good evening. Thank you for tuning in and calling into Keeping It Real. What are your thoughts? Okay. I'm not sure that I can take any more calls at this point. But if there are any more on our Facebook page, we'll be happy to read it. Miss Judy, you were onto
So
something.
one of the easiest way of actually making a relationship work, it's treat one another how you want to be treated, but love each other the way you want the other to love you.
Okay, so you treat each other
the way you want to be treated.
right.
So basically you are reciprocating what you want to get.
Okay.
But you love each other based on the other person's love language.
I see.
So you are loving me the way I want to be loved.
Okay.
But you are treating me the way you want to be treated. Because so I'm learning from you and you are learning from me how we want things to go.
That's
Is it easy just to find somebody who you share a lot of similarities with?
I don't think it's that easy.
It's not that easy, is it? Because that seems like a no-brainer. You know, if you're outgoing, maybe pair yourself with somebody who's outgoing. If you're introverted, then both of you can stay in the house peacefully. You know, there's no arguments. But it's not always the way. And you know how it is when you want to get to know somebody, or you're starting to get to know somebody, you kind of adopt their hobbies and you're doing the things that they want to do, but there's only so long that you can keep up a facade. You as well as an individual, how you are is how you are, but there's always space for compromise. So ladies, final words and thoughts, and then we'll hang it up for keeping it real. Our lady, our dilemma lady, should she have that conversation, or are you picking some red signs and red signals and red flags already that make you say you don't have faith in this connection?
The stingy part gives me red flag.
Hey, madam, she said what? I can give you the number of my gold dealer. That's when I realized that. Hey. All right, so the stingy part puts you off, but you say everything else, communication can solve. Queen,
Maybe.
what are your final thoughts? Can we solve it through communication, yes or no?
Oh, we can actually solve through communication.
No,
but
Queen.
But you can't.
Body language experts, if you start talking and you do, it means you yourself, you are not really. Yes.
It can't work for me. I'm sorry.
It can work for you.
Can't work for
I think
me.
I'm with Queen. I'll try once, twice. I'll give ultimatums.
understand?
I might not say it out loud, but I'll be watching. I'll tell myself, listen, even the next 3-6 months, I'm not seeing real vim and vigor.
From that dating stage to the point she's stating that they're about to get married, that means come on now. Come on now. At this point, there's nothing conversation can actually do.
The way he is, take him as he is and think about your future in this
Exactly.
particular time. Something I always tell my friends when they come
It's
to
something
me.
that happened to me. I'm sorry to cut you short.
Sure.
In my recent relationship, it was all going nicely, right?
And Queen, you do it in 20 seconds. We have to go.
Yes,
Yes.
it was just going on nicely and everything. And at the same time, I noticed something. And I realized that, okay, this person is trying to be selfish. And they're also making it look like you should be grateful to have me.
Oh no, please. Where the prize?
So I was like, it's the audacity for me. I got to fuck you up.
Queen, fire on the mountain. Fire on the mountain. Well, at this stage, we bid you farewell, adios, au revoir, and goodbye. I always say, listen, imagine if the person stays like this forever. Can you deal with it or can you not? You make your decision based on that. This has been Keeping It Real on 3FM 92.7. We'll see you again same time next week, 7 p.m. God might not be done with you, but we what? We are.